Are you stuck in an anterior pelvic tilt? Does your lower back feel compressed? Are you getting pain or feel like your glutes don't work? Well, come with me. I'm going to take you through a 5-minute routine, how to do it and when to do it as well. So we're going to get into the first exercise now. When we combine these 4 exercises together, we lengthen to remove any restrictions, we strengthen to help lock it in, and then we integrate so that you don't fall into your bad habits again. Exercise number 1 is the couch stretch. Just have something to place your foot up against. You can use your sofa or you can even use a wall to do this. The crucial point with this, to make sure you get the benefits of it, is to make sure you've set up and you're actually extending yourself through the hip at the front here, and you're not just feeling it in the quad. So if I sit like this and I'm not fully upright, I'm not going to work on the anterior pelvic tilt. My pelvis is still in that bad position. So I need to scoop and tuck underneath, and then try and imagine I'm sitting up through the front. So I actually feel the stretch more in my belly here as I do this. I can then reach up to the sky, and I aim to hold this for a full minute, letting that tension release and removing that restriction at the front of the hip. And then I do that on both sides. We've done this routine with thousands of people over the last 7 years, and it's all helped to give them results. The key has been in the setup of the position. If it's too intense to put your foot up on something, then you can have the foot down and just work on that scoop first and trying to squeeze and bring the hip through at the front and squeeze the glute in that back leg. Once you start to get the hang of that, then it's that little bit of an elevation to get the stretch a little bit deeper. But again, we're really focused on getting that hip through to the front. Don't worry about trying to get your bum to your heel like that. It's not what we're after. We're looking for hip extension because that's what's going to help to get our pelvis into a better position. After we've done that for a minute on each side, exercise 2 is to do a standing glute squeeze. So you're going to do this in 3 positions, and what we're aiming to do is make sure we're not reverting back to this habit. So we've cleared the space here. We imagine we're setting up in the couch stretch again, but now we're standing up. And what we're aiming to do is feet together. Now, keep this position and we squeeze our glutes as much as we can for 10 seconds, okay? So as you're holding that, try and squeeze even a little bit harder again. There's always a little bit more there. After you've done 10 seconds, you're then going to bring the feet slightly wider apart. Same again, do your checks, tuck underneath, stand up at the front, and then from there, we squeeze again, and we hold that for 10 seconds. When you get to about 5, squeeze a little bit harder again. You'll feel everything start to shake and join in. And then our final 10 seconds, we turn the feet out like this, and this is where you'll feel your glutes the most. Make sure you do your checks again, stand up, get that stretch in the front. I'm standing couch stretch, and I squeeze the glutes as much as I can, and I squeeze a little bit harder again, and I hold that for 10 seconds. Once we've done that, we're then down to the floor. So we've done 1 lengthen, 1 strengthen. We're going to do another strengthening exercise in our standard plank to get full body tension. Again, we got to do our checks. So we're setting up and we're making sure we're not setting up in an anterior tilt. So if my bum's like this, my hips are dropping down, I'm just going to train that position. That's not what we want. So we got to do our checks. We fix and we press down and we squeeze our glutes and we make sure we're in a good position. From here, we then drag the elbows down and get as much tension through our core as possible. So I'm shaking right now as I'm doing this. I'm not just holding the position. So I do that for 10 seconds and then I rest. I shake myself out a little bit. If the full plank's too much for you right now, then just lift the feet up and you can go from the knees like this. Same thing, make sure you're not in that tilt. Get that tension by dragging your elbows down towards your feet and then get that tension going. 10 seconds and then relax, shake it off again, and then you do a final 10 seconds again. Doing all those checks. If we're doing the good work to clear the restrictions, we need to get it ingrained into our system that this is a better place to be and this is where we want to keep our strength. So 10 full seconds and then you relax again and then we're back up to the feet. Exercise 4 is the secret sauce. A lot of people can come across the stretch and stuff and the strengthening stuff, but if you then go out for your run like this with your bum stuck out again, you're just keeping yourself in that same bad position. So we use the standing march to train it out of ourselves. Our same things all apply. We do our scoop underneath, we stand up from the front and we squeeze our bum. We even, if you can, set your phone up, check your posture before you go into the exercise. From there, we then do a standing march. Opposite arm to opposite leg goes like this and the back elbow goes up high. And then we change it to the other side. And we're going to do this for 1 full minute. And the whole time that we're doing this, we're making sure that we're not reverting back to sticking the pelvis back out again like that. So film yourself and check your form. You're trying to get that tuck under, stand up and maintain it the whole time and get yourself to a point where you don't even need to think about it. You just keep yourself in that good position. As you're doing this, you should feel your lower abs working hard as you're doing the marches. You shouldn't just be relaxing and trying not to fall over as you actually do the movement. Other things that we want to check with the standing march also is if we're lifting the leg up in a weird way to try and compensate and work around things, or if our hip is having to shoot off to one side. This routine works on our extension and our glute activation and where our pelvis sits, but there's also other things to consider like your hip rotation, your abduction and your adduction too, and that's what our program, the Simplistic Mobility Method, covers. It makes sure to check everything so that nothing is left out. So you can pick it up at tommorrison.uk if you want to have a complete overhaul. Now, let's get into when to do it. I like to shoot for 4 times a day and for 2 straight weeks. If you've had this for a long period of time, it's going to take time to correct it. Now, that's easy to say, but we gotta figure out ways that are gonna keep us accountable. So set times throughout the day. You can set an alarm in your phone for 4 different times that suit you, or just habit stack. So if you're about to brush your teeth, do it before you brush your teeth, do it before you have your lunch, add it on to something else that you're doing regularly throughout the day. Just remember that it's not something that you're stuck with forever. You can absolutely fix you if you put the work in. Just remember to always lengthen, then strengthen, and then integrate. That's the way all of our programs are built, and they make sure that you get the best bang for your buck whenever you're doing exercises. So get yourself stuck in and stick a reminder in your calendar in your phone for 2 weeks' time to check back in with us and let us know how you're getting on.